Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Rabia, and on behalf of AFAQ online learning platform, I welcome all of you to this video lesson. In this video lesson, we will cover Unit 1 of New Sun series, Grade 3 English. Before we start the video lesson, I want to share a fact about AFAQ that makes AFAQ learning experience unique. We at AFAQ know that planning is fundamental to successful teaching and learning. Therefore, we have developed academic calendars for you. These academic calendars are available for each grade and each subject. Each academic calendar has 3 periodic terms: first term, second term, and third term. Each term then has 2 periodic units. We can also say that there are 6 periodic units in total. As you can see in this academic calendar, there are 6 weeks in each unit. 5 of these weeks has been allocated to teaching and learning, whereas 6th has been reserved for assessment. That's not all. On the basis of subject weightages and academic calendars, we also provide you suggested timetables. As you can see here in the suggested timetable, we have allocated 7 periods to English. You can shuffle these double periods and single periods in any day according to the requirement of your school. Dear teachers and students, we have successfully covered the week 1 of the unit 1. Now we will move towards the week 2. It's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover 2 SLOs. Complete methodology to cover these SLOs has been provided in DLP 1. Let me remind you that this DLP will be taught on the first day of the second week of Unit 1 of Term 1. Alright dear students, now open page number 5 of your textbook. Very good. On this page you have one activity. Under time to think, you have to read the poem again and discuss why you should do one task at a time. Again, in this activity, you have to read the poem again and discuss why you should do only one task at a time. So pause this video and discuss this with your friends. Dear students, on the same page of your textbook, there is a practice activity. In this activity, some pictures have been provided. Look at these pictures carefully. Take the activities that you do in your daily routine. For example, I have breakfast every day, so I will take this activity. In the same way, you have to take all the activities. Also, you have to write the time when you do these activities. For example, this child is having breakfast at 7 o'clock, but I have my breakfast at 6:30, so I will write that I do this activity at 6:30. Dear students, it's very important to learn the meanings of the new words that you come across in your reading. Here are some words that appeared in the poem. Their meanings have also been provided with them. I want you to read these words and their meanings carefully and memorize the meanings. It's activity time. Dear students, in this lesson you will cover 1 SLOs. After completing this lesson, you will be able to recognize and generate rhyming strings in writing. Complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 2, which will be covered in the first day of our suggested timetable of the second week of Unit 1 of Term 1. Dear students, in this activity, we will practice some rhyming words. Do you remember what are rhyming words? Yes, rhyming words have the same ending sounds. So let's write some rhyming words. 3 words have been provided here: play, might, and try. And you have to write 2 rhyming words for each one of them. For example, let's do the first one together. Play. So the first word is play. You have to find 2 words that rhyme with play. Look at the last 2 letters of this word. A-Y. So find some words that end with the same letters and same sound. Play, play. Clay, yes, clay rhymes with play, so we can write clay over here. In the same way, you have to find one more word that rhymes with play, and 2 words that rhyme with might, and 2 words that rhyme with try. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept of rhyming words. Now your teacher will give you a worksheet in which you have to identify rhyming words. In this worksheet, on the leftmost column, you have some words and you have to find the rhyming words in the rows in front of them. For example, the first word is traded. So you have to find the rhyming word in these 3 rows. Foot, behind, skated. So which one of these words rhymes with traded? Yes, skated and traded. They rhyme with each other. So you will circle skated here. Now dear students, do the rest of this worksheet on your own. It's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover 2 SLOs. The complete methodology to cover these SLOs has been provided in DLP 3 of the second day of week 2 of term 1, unit 1. Alright dear students, now we are going to study about naming words. Do you remember what are naming words? Yes, these are the words that represent the names of some person, a place or a thing. So now I want to tell you that naming words are also called nouns. So nouns is a technical term for naming words. Now you have to remember that naming words are also called nouns. Some nouns have been provided in these sentences. These sentences are there on your textbook page number 6. So open page number 6 and read all these sentences. The nouns or the naming words have been highlighted in red color. Now it's activity time. In this lesson, dear students, you will cover 1 SLO. After completing this lesson, you will be able to recall and apply the rules for the use of a, an and the. Dear teachers, AFAQ has provided you complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP number 4. This DLP 4 should be taught on the 3rd day of the suggested timetable in week 2 of the first term, unit 1. So dear students, now open page number 6 of your textbook. On this page, an activity has been provided for practice of nouns. You have to write 5 nouns and use them in sentences in your notebook. So you will draw a table just like this one in your notebook. In one column, you will write the nouns. You can write any nouns. And here you have to make some sentences using these nouns. Alright students, अब हम बढ़ते हैं आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक के पेज नंबर 6 की जानिब। इस पेज पर आपको कुछ sentences दिए गए हैं। In these sentences, the articles a, and the have been used. I want you to read all these sentences carefully. The rules for using these articles has been provided in Key to Learn. Read this Key to Learn carefully. Now it's activity time. Dear students, in this lesson, you will cover 2 SLOs. Dear teachers, AFAQ has provided complete methodology to achieve these SLOs in DLP number 5. This DLP number 5 should be covered in day 3 of the second week of the first unit of term 1. Dear students, now open page number 7 of your textbook. On this page, an activity has been provided in which you have to circle the correct articles in the given sentences. Let's do the first one together. The first sentence is, how far is sun away from earth? You have to put the right article before sun and before earth. Can you tell me which is the right article for these blanks? How far is the sun or an sun? Yes, the is the correct option. How far is the sun away from an earth or the earth? The earth. Yes, the earth is the correct option. In the same way, you have to complete this activity. Now pause this video, complete this activity and then come back. Dear students, I hope that you have completed the activity on articles. Now your teacher will give you a worksheet. In this worksheet, you have to select the correct article for each of the sentences that are given in the worksheet. Now do this worksheet and come back. Now it's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover 1 SLO. After completing this lesson, students will be able to identify describing words as adjectives. Dear teachers, AFAQ has provided you complete methodology to achieve this SLO in DLP 6. This DLP will be covered in day 4 of the second week of the first unit of term 1. Dear students, I hope that you remember that in previous classes we have studied about describing words. These are the words that describe a noun or a pronoun. Now I want to tell you that these words, the describing words, are also called adjectives. So you have to remember that the describing words are also called adjectives. The definition has been given on page number 7 of your textbook in Key to Learn. Read this definition carefully and then come back. Alright students, on the same page there is a practice activity as well. In this activity, some sentences have been provided, and in these sentences, the adjectives have been given in red color. Read these words carefully and then come back. Now it's time for another exciting activity. Dear students, in this lesson, you will cover one SLO. Dear teachers, the complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 7. This DLP should ideally be covered on the day 5 according to our suggested timetable. This is the second week of unit 1 of term 1. Alright students, now open page number 7 of your textbook. On this page, some pictures have been provided for you. Look at these pictures carefully and then think about what they are showing. You have to write 2 adjectives about the given pictures and use them in sentences of your own in your textbook. Let's do the first one together. Yes, what is this picture? This is a picture of a garden. Can you give me 2 adjectives, 2 describing words for this picture? Yes, we can say that the garden is beautiful. So beautiful is an adjective or a describing word that can be used to describe this picture. Now you have to identify 2 describing words or adjectives for each one of these pictures and write them in your notebook. After writing the adjectives, also write one sentence for each one of these adjectives. Dear teachers and students, we have successfully completed the second week of Unit 1. Now we will move towards week 3. Now it's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO. After completing this lesson, students will be able to use capitalization according to the rules learned earlier. Dear teachers, we have provided you complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP number 1 of the day 1 of the third week of Unit 1, Term 1. Dear students, do you remember that we have learnt about capitalization in the previous classes? Yes, we capitalize the first letter of every sentence. In the same way, we capitalize the name of proper nouns, such as the name of the cities, such as Lahore. Yes, the name Lahore is always capitalized. L is always capitalized in the word Lahore. In the same way, the rules of capitalization have been applied in these sentences. I want you to open your textbook and read these sentences carefully. Dear students, I hope that you have recalled all the rules of use of capitalization. Now I want you to apply these rules to the sentences given in your textbook. Here are 4 sentences where capitalization has been missed out. I want you to apply capitalization where needed in these sentences. Let's do the first one together. The first sentence is, my friend will come on Saturday. So which words should have capital letters in them? Yes, the first letter M should be capital, and the letter S in Saturday should also be capital because it is the name of a day. In the same way, you have to complete this exercise. Do this activity and then come back. It's activity time. In this lesson, you will cover one SLO. Complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 2. This DLP will also be taught on day 1 according to our suggested timetable. Let me remind you that this is the third week of the first unit of term 1. Dear students, I hope that you remember the concept of syllables. There are some words in which there are more than 1 syllables. Such words are called multi-syllable words. In this activity, You will read some multisyllable words and count the syllables of those words. Let's look at this table. In this table, words with 2 syllables have been given. The first word is window. Window. Yes, it has 2 syllables. Window. It has 2 syllables. In this table, some words with 3 syllables have been provided. Let's read one of them. Strawberry. Strawberry. Yes, it has 3 syllables. So I want you to pause this video and read these words with 2 and 3 syllables. I hope that you have read these words and understood the concept of multisyllable words. Now I want you to write 5 more words that have multiple syllables in them. Also identify the number of syllables in them, just like we have done in this table. It's activity time. Dear students, now it's time for writing. In this lesson, you will create a piece of writing. Dear teachers, AFAQ has provided you complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP number 3. This DLP should ideally be taught on day 2 of the suggested timetable. Let me remind you that this is the 3rd week of the first unit of term 1. Dear students, in unit 1, we learned about dignity of labor. We also learned that we should do one activity at one time. Now I want you to write 10 sentences about your daily routine in your notebook. Now think of the activities that you do on daily basis and write any 10 activities in your notebook. Dear teachers and students, we have successfully completed Unit 1 of New Sun Series English Grade 3. I hope that you have understood all the concepts in this unit. Now I will see you in the next unit. Till then, Allah Hafiz.